I can't believe that today is finally here. It has been over 6 years since our first date, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember you asking me if it was okay to wear sweatpants on our date, and when I read that, I immediately texted the girls, I think I'm in love. For me, I've always said the person I marry is not going to care how I dress or what I look like. They will love me for me, so in that moment, I knew I was in for something good.
Overall, I just couldn't imagine anyone else being the best one for me, and I thank that random app one day for setting us up, going on the date in the negative 25-degree wind chill, me wearing a jacket that was way too big, and that later learned on that you told me reeked after the first date went well.
Fast forward a few months, and we were on a date. On our way to the next location, you looked over at me in your old Ford Explorer with a look I'll never forget. You gunned the gas pedal, raced Brett down the street, and in that moment, I felt adventure, I felt fun, I felt a sense of comfort and familiarity, and in that moment, I fell in love with you.
I love the most about your smile, whether that's something you might not realize or not. It's always the brightest thing in the room, always comes to me when I'm at a dull moment and I need something to cheer me up. I think about that, and that instantly brings me joy and gets me through the rest of the day.
I held it in as long as I could, but in July of 2018, on our first trip to Nashville together, I told you I loved you for the first time. I knew what saying I love you meant to you, and so it was fine for me to wait for you to say it back. The night you screamed to me that you loved me was the best night of my life. I never wanted to stop hearing those words, and now 6 years later, on our wedding day, I will get to hear you say you love me every day for the rest of our lives.
You're my rock, and I promise to love you forever and always. I can't believe the day is here, Abby. It seems like just yesterday we were running around both OSU and Kentucky's campus together as young kids who didn't have a clue what we were in for. Now we have a house, a dog, and a fantastic life with each other, and I can't wait to see what it goes to in the future. That's beautiful.
I vow to always support you in anything that you decide in life, as you have always supported me. I promise to always be honest with you and always communicate my feelings. I promise to always keep life interesting and keep every day an adventure. I promise to love you and choose you every day, even on the worst ones. I promise to be your navigator in life, best friend, and wife. I will honor, love, and cherish you through all life's adventures where we go together. I can't promise that every day will be perfect, but I will try my best to make it feel that way.
Here's to many more years of happiness and love with each other. I'm so beyond thankful that I'm the one you get to call mine.
Nick, you are my best friend. Every day is made better because of you. You are my favorite hello in the mornings and my best good night. I love you with my whole heart and soul. You are the love of my life, and I am so honored and blessed that you chose me to be your wife. I am so excited to see what our future holds together. I love you, Nicholas Anthony Stahl, today, tomorrow, and always.
I love you too.
Oh my God. We're doing this.
We are. It'll be here before we know it.
May the Lord in his kindness strengthen the consent you have declared before the church and graciously bring to fulfillment his blessing within you. What God joins together, let no one put asunder.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Nick Stahl.
Abby, I want you to know you looked absolutely beautiful today. And I am very proud to be your father. Being your father, I hope I've always been there and given you unconditional love, advice, guidance, and the support you expected when it was needed. I love you so much, and can't tell you enough how proud I am of you for all the things that you've accomplished as a young adult. I know there are many more accomplishments to come. Nick, I want you to know I felt very comfortable and at ease today handing my daughter over to you. Amy and I have considered you a part of the family for a long time. You'll always have your mom and dad, but we want you to feel also comfortable coming to us if you ever need anything. I think you already know you can do that.
A little Irish blessing, and may the good Lord watch over you and grow in love. May He bless your home with the peace that surpasses understanding. May He crown your work with success and fulfillment. May you always be thankful for every blessing, great and small. Amen.
I feel so privileged to have had Abby to look up to throughout my life. She's always been an example of what it means to show love through actions. Growing up, Abby was always a big sister that made sure her little sister was doing all right, never being picked on, always being okay.
So that kind of got me thinking, because on my 24 years on this planet, I've really never seen my brother truly nervous before. I really do think Nick was nervous for that day because he knew who he was marrying that day. Probably the most loyal, charismatic, loud, in a good way, woman person I've ever met before. And I knew, Nick, I'm so glad you did it, that first you had the confidence and the courage to ask Abby to be your wife. And Abby, I'm glad you had the courage to say yes. I know how hard that can be.
Thank you for being patient, kind, loving, and caring to my sister. You are everything, and I truly mean everything that she has ever wanted. I get the luxury of listening to her talk every single day about how much she loves you and how much she just can't wait to marry you and be your wife. But here we are now, Abby, at your wedding with the love of your life sitting right next to you. Nick, I want to officially welcome you into the family today. You've always been a part of it, but I guess today I can officially say you're really my brother now.
And Nick, I know we don't show it enough. That's probably one of the few flaws of us Stahl men. We don't show it enough, but I truly love your brother. And I'm glad you found your person. Abby, welcome to the Sips Chat. We'll add you tonight. I love you too. Abby, officially welcome to the Stahl family. Fair warning, we're a little crazy. Nick, welcome to the Malone family. Fair warning, they're a little crazy.
I'm definitely also going to tell you that you're for sure joining an oversharing and over-talkative family. So I'm not sure that you'll ever get a word in, but welcome anyway. Lastly, your love and commitment to each other is so inspiring. It's been so special to watch your relationship unfold. I wish you both a lifetime of happiness, understanding, and joy. I'd like to invite everyone to raise their glasses to the happy couple. Here's to Mr. and Mrs. Malone. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean Stahl. I'm just kidding, guys. That's a funny joke between me, Abby, and Andrew that Nick's gonna take our last name. Cheers, guys. I love you both so much.